Alright, everybody, this is set number 2 of today's tournament. We've got VRChat on the red team and ZEN on the blue team here today. Eve is already up 2 points against ZEN. See Eve rocking the white disc. That is VRT VRChat. VRChat sponsored by Team Virtuals for today's Battle Disc Tournament. Team Virtuals is an Apex Legends professional team that me and a couple others are a part of. You might see us playing Apex on my stream now and then. But let's forget about that. Let's get right back into the match. This is, again, Eve and ZEN. They're looking pretty good. 3-2 right about now. Eve only up by 1 point. Not too lopsided of a match. They're already past the 10-second mark, and Eve finally finds that 4th point at 12 seconds. It was a headshot to make the game 4-2. Let's see what we can do next. Throwing at opposite sides of each other, looking for the feet, throwing almost completely mirroring shots of each other. ZEN finally does get the 3rd point, though, lessening the gap between them this game. It's 4-3. Eve looking for those low shots, tries to get the shot off the right wall, doesn't find it, a little bit too far to ZEN's right side. ZEN looking really good with his low shield, doesn't even need to block too high right now, but does need to block high for that last shot that gives Eve the 5th point. You saw his arm go up, but it wasn't quick enough, and Eve's disc managed to cut through ZEN's defenses there. So we're going to move on to game number 2. That is game number 1, going to Eve. Ladies and gentlemen, let's see what they can do in game number 2. Alright, this is game number 2. Give me 1 second, I think I have my mic just a little bit too loud. ZEN is up 2 points, 3 points now against Eve. It's not looking good in game number 2. ZEN up 3-0 right now, but Eve does manage finally to get that point off of ZEN jumping as a mid-air shot we saw there. ZEN now 4-1. It's looking really good for him. Only 1 more point that he needs to take against Eve to get this 2nd game, but Eve does manage to find the 2nd point herself. And there it is, the 5th point against Eve for round number 2. They're currently tied 1-1. Welcome, Scales, Cocoon Curl, Left Fishy, Teacup. Hello everybody, this is Punch-Out that is playing right now. ZEN is king. He is performing really well, that's for damn sure. ZEN is a king. And ZEN taking the 2nd point against VRChat here in game number 2. Goes for the kill shot to start off, doesn't find it though. That was a crazy shot we saw there. Unluckily, VRChat was on the just right side to dodge that. Now making the game tied 2-2. VRChat looks for the cross shot, doesn't find it, tries to block the headshot coming out from ZEN, but is not quick enough, and ZEN is 1 point up in the lead against VRChat here. Now 2 points in the lead against VRChat. It's 4-2, and we're at game-winning point. ZEN looks for the cross shot. That was dangerous. I saw just how close that came to Eve there. Almost got her. I'm surprised it didn't. She is still living. Looking for that low shot. Finds it on ZEN's left foot to make the game 3-4. And the trade to close out game number 2, Zen does take it because it's a point in the lead, and we're now 2-1 in Zen's favor. Is he going to put Eve in the loser's bracket this next game? We're about to find out. As soon as they get started. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, here we go. Game number 4. Starting off strong for Eve with that first point, not even 5 seconds in. Zen looks for the headshot to start, looks for a low shot, switches to a headshot, switches to a low shot, switches to a headshot again. 2 headshots in a row there. He's switching it up. A lot of straights coming out. Finally looks for the bounce, but doesn't find it, and Perfect gets the second point. Those are really good alternating between those shots there for Zen. Unluckily, though, he couldn't hit his mark. Eve now up 2-0, up 3-0. Make that against Zen for game number 4. We might see a game number 5 again for these winners semifinals matches, but Zen not going to go out without a fight, making it 3-1, closing the gap just a little bit. Looking for point number 2 against Eve. Can he get it? Looks for the headshot, does hit it. Eve is not ready for that one. It's 3-2, and Zen is only 1 point difference to tie the game with Eve here in our game number 4. But Eve does find the 4th point. Zen doesn't hit that low shot. Eve dodges it just in time, and it is match point. Eve gets it, the 5th one there on Zen, tying it to make it 2-2 for this winner semifinals match. And we're gonna go into another game number 5. Already 2 amazing matches that we're starting off with this tournament, ladies and gentlemen. Zen and Eve Chan, both seasoned Battle This R3 players. Both of them have won R3 tournaments. Both of them are competing to win and take the first place prize of today's tournament. But right now, it's still anybody's game. Zen finds the first point on Perfy, making it 1-0. Perfy looks for the headshot, looks for the bounce headshot there, doesn't get it, looks for another one from Zen's right wall. She's looking for it. The game is over 13 seconds now. We're getting a little bit long here. 15 seconds, and she finally gets that first point, tying it 1-1 against them. Then tries to go for the headshot there. Eve dodging those headshots left and right, dodges another headshot, blocks the low one, almost runs into that final headshot there, but Zen aiming just a little bit too high on these last 2, and that's going to cost them another point. Eve up 1, taking the lead now, 1 point against Zen. And there it is, Zen taking his second point to tie it 2-2. It's really anybody's game in this final game 5 that we're seeing. Who's gonna go the loser's bracket? Is it gonna be Eve? Is it gonna be Zen? Eve looks for the ceiling shot, doesn't find it though. Zen's ping is a little bit hard to deal with, I've heard from some players, and that's definitely kicking in right now against Eve. You can tell it's starting to get hard to predict where Zen is going. Zen's getting into the corner now, looking for it, blocks that headshot, raises his arm up nice and slow, not even phased by that, tying the game to 3-3. That was a really nice block there. I don't know if you guys saw that from Zen, but Eve finding the 4th point. It's getting close. This is match point for Eve. Can she get one more? Looks for the shot on the right, looks for the headshot, looks for the low shot, doesn't get it. Another low one, but Zen's shield is too strong right now. Still going strong, goes to the corner, plays middle. But Eve finally gets the last point, and that's a trade. But Eve with the 1 point difference. That was an insane match. Oh, again, ladies and gentlemen, another super intense one between these 2 players. Best of 5, making it, drawing it out as long as they possibly can, that's for damn sure. But there is nothing wrong with that because that was super exciting.